19th, 2016, and you are again rocking with Pierre Speaks. I am back after a very long hiatus. I have I've finally completed my master's degree after a lengthy absence from the YouTube's universe. I thought it was appropriate that I get back in here and jump back into the fray and grace you with a video. So one of the first videos that I posted on my channel, Pierre Speaks, was the cost of education, I believe is the title. So go out there and look at that very choppy video. But it was when I was first, it was over a year ago when I was first embarking on starting school. And I spoke about how I felt about it, and even though that I was, jumping back into looking to getting a degree and what I felt like that meant to me, I just felt conflicted about the whole idea of it all. And but I still felt like it was the move for me to make. So now I'll give you some thoughts about how I feel now that I've completed this graduate degree and this this part of my education. So I've been asked already by several people, hey, aren't you excited? Aren't you happy and all this stuff? And because I've been pretty subdued about it, and I guess they haven't seen the exuberance that they would have expected from someone who just completed a year and a half path or journey. And it's just that's just been my response. It's just been that of being a subdued person. I was very, very ready to get over with it. I wasn't excited. It wasn't like undergrad at all, where there was great excitement. This is, I'm in a very different point in my life. I'm almost 20 years older, so it's just different in that regard. And I think then I was just trying to, there was a lot of, I was in school for different reasons at that time. I think there was a lot of external fulfillment in my attendance for school back then in the 90s. I definitely was going to school, I would say, to please other people. I don't even know when I enrolled, I'm not even sure that I thought I would complete school. But once I saw the light, I knew that a lot of it was to please other people. This time it was certainly to, not necessarily to please myself, but it was a goal. I had a direct goal, and the goal is to get me to a desired position. Not necessarily monetarily. This isn't monetarily based, although I suspect the compensation will come. But I'm looking for peace of mind ultimately. But that's what this is all about, and that's why for me, the conflicts I had initially with the money and borrowing the money to go for more school was worth it, because I was just so unhappy what I was doing and the options that I had at my disposal. So, but it's still hard after being out for what's coming up on 3 weeks now. It's hard not to think about these payments that are going to be coming up now. And then it's hard to look at, I've gotten another job now, and it's not what I saw myself doing as a person who now has an advanced degree now. But what I thought I was doing was putting myself in a position to be in an organization now where I am making a little bit more money than I was. I'm now in an organization that is definitely one of more prestige, and now I'm in an organization that has ample and reliable opportunity, whereas I had no opportunity before. So, I'm looking at this as a foot in the door, but at the same time, it's very difficult now that I have it because I'm doing something that's very similar to what I was doing before. It's just like God, I feel like I put my time in for this, and it's just, I don't want to say it's beneath me. It just feels like, it's just always time. It's just always more time to put something off and to wait, So it's just difficult in that regard. And so I'm just ready to get started on this, what I really want to be doing, which is to be affecting curriculum, to be affecting lives in a different type of way than to be doing remedial tasks or to be doing what I would be describing as busy work. And that's what I'm doing right now. And it's just like, I don't need the education that I have to be doing this. And that's what it is. I don't need the education that I have to be doing this. I could be someone, anyone can do what I'm doing right now. And it's just like, in that regard, I feel like my skill set, my gifts, and my talents are being wasted. And that's the hardest part to get up for, even though I'm at a new position. So it's frustrating that I have to somehow motivate myself daily for a year doing this to get to my next step. It's frustrating. But again, so it'll be hard for me to view what I did as a success because, again, graduate school is different for me at this point than what I did in undergrad, because there's a lot more I got in undergrad that I value than what I look at that I obtained in graduate school. Everything as far as graduate school, to me, is almost like water under the bridge. I went to grad school to get the freaking degree, to get the paper. I don't even know if I'll use the stuff that I've just gained. There may be a small percentage of it. There's so much that I learned in undergrad that I still refer to. But it's not even that so much. It's the stuff that I learned outside of the classrooms. It's the life stuff. It's the formative stuff. The molding, the relationship, the interactions, and all that stuff. Even if I didn't do an online degree, I think I still wouldn't have gotten that so much because I'm 44 years old, for crying out loud. It's just, I'm just not in a formative stage anymore. So, the level of an enriching experience at this point in my life, I don't think it just would have been that great, as opposed to how much more enriching and how impactful it was at 20, from 23 or 22 to 27. Much, much more enriching for me. So, I was just ready to get out and get this paper. But before, when graduation came, it was hard for me to leave. It was just like, wow, this is over. Although I completely bitched about it, from the time I was in it, you're just ready to go. You're ready to go. You're ready to have it over. It's that relativity, because everything just seems to go slow when you're in it. or fast, depending on what you want or what you're looking forward to or not looking forward to. And then once it was over, it's just like I miss my friends. I miss that family that I had so much, and I just didn't want to break free. So it was just incredible. So um, there was so much I gained there, but here, just give me the paper. Just give me the paper, and that's how I look upon it. So it's just, I know it's going to be hard once that first bill comes for student loans. It's going to be hard, especially now that I'm not making the money that I would have expected, because I have to kind of languish in this job for a year. It's going to be tough, so I might have to defer for a while. So, I guess my ultimate decision on how I feel about it is to be determined. But I still do feel like the cost of, the cost of education is ridiculous. It's astronomical. Sure, it definitely is. I really wish I got my new employer. I really wish I had gotten with them years ago, because they play for your bachelor's degree 100%. It's like, wow, that just blew my mind. It's like no tuition reimbursement at all. They pay 100% as long as it's an acceptable degree, and it's one that goes with this. They have a partnership with the College of America or something like that, and it's just like, wow, okay. So I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, so the jury's still out, but I'm glad I'm finished, and it's so awesome to have time now to get back into other things, like my writing, my training, exercising, other things that business ventures that I have. Just I can breathe again and really start to plot and what my next move is, and it's all good stuff. But the big thing is to really just persevere through the 9 to 5 right now, and just have the strength to make it through. So pray for me, my friends. Pray for me. But Pierre will make it. Thanks for listening to me. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Peace.